Welcome back. A warning to travelers. As summer adventures heat up, so do scams targeting vacationers. The Better Business Bureau is warning travelers about a fake website and call center posing as Expedia. Cameron Nakashima with the BBB joins us with the details. Good morning, Cameron.
Good morning, Sarah.
All right, so tell us exactly what this scam is and how are people encountering it?
So Better Business Bureau has received reports of travelers mistakenly modifying existing bookings that they've made with Expedia or trying to make new reservations. And what they'll do is they'll go to their favorite web browser, they'll type in Expedia, and they'll click on that link, or they'll use that phone number that first pops up there, mistakenly believing that that is Expedia. And then they'll, as I said, modify those bookings, make new ones. Once they get off the phone, they've gone through this transaction, paying money to this company to make those modifications. They get a booking number, but then they realize that it's not linked to a real legitimate booking, so they don't actually have real travel itinerary plans now. And when they reach out to try to connect with that business, they're not able to get their money back. They're not able to make that connection. And what we've seen in these reports is people have been saying that they're losing between $1,500 up to $4,000 on these scams.
That's wild because Expedia is such a popular travel website. So what should consumers watch out for?
So the first thing to know is that fraudsters always like they'll run ads, and they will do all they can to appear at the top of those searches so that they can confuse you, so that you click on those links or you call those numbers. And so be on guard when you find those. Know that the first thing that pops up is not always going to be the legitimate company. Something else that you can look for, once you've clicked on that link, let's say you've gone through and you've done that, look at the website URL, look at the name. In this example that we're talking about today, the company that we highlighted was Speed Trip and Tours was the name, but the names change all the time. So there's so many people that are misleading people into believing that they are working on Expedia's behalf or that they are Expedia. A quick way to check that is, again, look at the name that shows up in the URL, and that'll usually help. That'll go a long way, at least.
And that's the frustrating part, right? Because exactly what you said, the names change all the time. So what can people do to avoid these kinds of travel scams?
So the best thing to do is go straight to the website, type in the website URL instead of popping it into the search engine. So in this instance, we're talking about Expedia, you would go to expedia.com. Now, if you don't know that website URL, you can look them up on the BBB profile. Just go to bbb.org and then look up that company's profile. You'll find their contact information and a link to their website. You could also use their official app. That'll also help make sure that there's no crossed wires and that you're not running into something that's trying to be misleading. Another way to do this is another way to keep yourself safe is to keep your money safe. So when you do go to make a booking, make sure that you're always using a secured payment method. So a lot of times we'll recommend using a credit card, because if there is a misleading charge, if it's a fraudulent charge, you'll have a better chance of disputing that. And then last tip is, if you are using a booking service that you know that you're using it for the first time, you're vetting it, maybe it's a hotel service, a flight service, you're checking it out, look them up on bbb.org and do some additional research first, just to make sure that, one, they're legit, and two, that they've got a good reputation and that they're going to deliver when you do make that booking.
Really good tips. Thank you very much, Cameron.